I am new to the cybersecurity field. I received my master's degree in cybersecurity. Congratulations. But I cannot get my foot in the door. I received my degree in 2018. Any suggestions of what to do? When you say new to the cybersecurity field, do you have a job currently? I am currently doing help desk work. Okay, good. This is good. Here's what I say. How many years have you been on the help desk? And then do you have a certification? Because now what you want to start doing is mapping out your path. But it depends on how many years you have, how many months. How long have you been on the help desk, and do you have any IT certifications? My next question would be, where do you live? The reason why I'm asking these questions is because when you want to level up, certifications is the way to do it. Like I said, a lot of IT guys don't like to hear this. Like, they don't like paper tigers. You have 10 years on the help desk. Okay. How many certifications do you have? Do you have any? You have an A+, a Network Plus, and a Cybersecurity Plus. Okay, something's wrong. All right, where do you live? In Maryland? Okay, something's seriously wrong. It's your resume. Because resume is the mecca of cybersecurity. There's no other place on earth that has more jobs for cybersecurity than Maryland. You're in the mecca. Excuse my religious references here. You're in the main place where people hire everyone. There's something's wrong. Like, it's either your resume or something's going on. Like, you should have people in line to give you a job. Yeah, Maryland has the most jobs. I'm in Colorado. Colorado has like 5 bases. And Maryland, that area, it's not just Maryland itself. It's Maryland, Washington, D.C., that whole area in Virginia. Why is that? Let me explain it. They have more federal organizations there, I think, than anywhere else in the United States, if I had to guess. They have all the 3-letter organizations. They have Department of Defense. They have several other federal departments there. And then you have like 3 states with all kinds of state departments. Like, you have so many jobs there. So whenever somebody says, I can't find a job and I'm an IT guy in Maryland or Virginia or whatever, I'm like, there's something wrong with your resume, man. And it's got to be. I mean, people offer me jobs. I'm thousands of miles away, and they offer me jobs in Maryland constantly. I have to turn my phone off so that they can stop calling me. Yeah, something's wrong with your resume. All the jobs I'm out for, they denied me because of lack of working experience. You have 10 years of experience. It's your resume. What you could do, you said you already have a Security Plus. I mean, I don't know. Are you a U.S. citizen? Michael Fernandez says he lives in Maryland, too close to D.C. What the F? Yeah, exactly. WTF. That makes no sense. I'm an MD and still waiting behind to be hired. Maybe resume. Yeah, I'm telling you, I get so many offers from that place. Okay, 10 years on the help desk, not in cybersecurity field. Okay, so here's the thing, my man. And all you guys, like, listen, if you're on help desk, you have done cybersecurity work before. You just have to put it on your resume. What you do is you put it on your resume. If you've ever updated the antivirus software, if you've installed antivirus software, have you ever created an account for a user? All of those things are cybersecurity things that you've done before. Have you ever written a document for your organization? Have you ever written instructions for your organization? Have you ever participated in helping them out with the policy? Have you ever done continuous monitoring? What is continuous monitoring? It's scans. Have you ever helped part of your organization run scans before? Have you ever had to connect the system to the network and had to put security on that system? All that stuff's got to be in your resume. It's got to be up front because you've done security before. You're not just some help desk guy, especially if you've done this for 10 years. If you've done this for 10 years, you definitely have 10 years of security experience. Active Directory. I mean, come on. You got to work with policies. You got to work with domain. It's all security. It's so many security stuff wrapped into endpoint devices, where you have to lock down the system, lock down users, all that security stuff. You just have to put it on your resume. It has to be on your resume so that you can legitimately say, I've done cybersecurity since the year 2000 or whatever. You said 10 years, so the year 2010. So yeah, you can legitimately put on there, you are a cybersecurity person if you have done any of the things that I just said for a number of years. You just got to put it on your resume. If you're presenting your resume in such a way that it looks like there's certain things you put on your resume that makes you look like you're on the help desk for a couple years. But if you've done all this stuff, you need to put it on your resume and you need to highlight the cybersecurity stuff you've done. You need to put a ton of keywords on your resume. so that people will see it. I just want to show you something real quick. I want to enlighten, because I'm seeing a couple people saying, listen, I live in Virginia and I don't have a job and I'm an IT person. I'm telling you, that is nonsense. I mean, I'm not saying you're a liar, but I'm saying that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Virginia, DC, Maryland are the hotspot for this whole thing right now. It's going to change. It's not going to last forever, just like Silicon Valley didn't last forever. You know, it's not going to last forever, guys. Right now, though, it's a gravy train. There's people starting businesses out there, hiring tons of people out there. I'm not even messing around with you. Half the jobs that I've gotten came from Maryland. I'm in Colorado. I probably took 4 or 5 of you guys' jobs. I'm not lying. I'm not exaggerating. You got to fix your resume, because that's the only thing I can see that's got to be wrong, especially if you're doing the help desk for 10 years and wanting to get out. Like, they're not saying there's anything wrong with that, but if you're trying to level up, if you're trying to move on, and you're in Washington, D.C., Maryland, Virginia, something's wrong, and it's got to be your resume. The only time I'm unemployed is when I'm between jobs, put it to you that way. I don't go without jobs. Even during COVID-19, I'm still getting job offers. It's crazy. It's crazy. And it's doing the cybersecurity stuff, and there's a reason for it. The first thing I'm going to do is pay some bills. What you're looking at here is ConvoCourses, okay? Now, ConvoCourses is a condensed version, a condensed, organized version of my YouTube channel, where I take everything I've learned and I put it into a course. Some of these courses are free. Some of these courses that I put out are free on here. Organized, I'd spent hours working on this stuff. But let me show you one. It doesn't get a lot of sales, but it's the one as in life has been the most beneficial to me. This is resume marketing and cybersecurity in IT. This right here is why I'm always employed. What I did was I took the method that I have been using for years and years since I got out of the military, and I always have a job. I'm always offered jobs. And I was, why am I so lucky? It's not luck. There's a process to it. It's not luck, guys. Success favors the prepared. And that's what I'm showing you how to do on this. Listen, if you don't have the money to do it, don't buy it, okay? But if you do, you buy this course, I'll walk with you every step of the way, all right? Like literally, you can contact me. I'll look through your resume, all that stuff. But this right here, this process is how I've done it. I can tell you right now, look, I'll give you a bird's eye view of this thing. Some of this is free, by the way. Some of this parts of this very course is free. Go to ConvoCourses.com, link in the description below. Some of it's free. Number one, what you want to do, you got to do your research. Once you do your research, you got to focus on keywords. You got to put those keywords in your resume. Once you put them in your resume, once you fine-tuned and dialed in your resume, you want to advertise, market yourself. That's the name of the game. Link in the description below if you want to get to this site. This is the bread and butter. Success favors the prepared. Now, let me show you what I do to research. This right here is my LinkedIn page. This is the one I use to get jobs. This is my resume right here. I haven't updated this in a while. I don't need it. I got a great job. I'm getting paid at this job. I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you this could be you. All I've done is leveled up for the last 10 years. It wasn't easy and it took time. But the reason why it has worked is because I have a method to my madness. It's not random. It's not luck. It's a process. Now, first thing I told you was I did my research. How do you research? You got to know what words people are using on their resume. So let me show you something. Let's say you want to be in a risk management framework, okay? So what you do is you'll type in risk management framework, risk management specialist, risk management analyst. There you go right there. There's some of it. If you're following along with me, you're already conducting some research on your own. Now look at this. I typed in risk management framework. This is important. First guy who pops up is a dude who has a CISSP, CEH, and ITIL and some other certifications, right? Why is this important? Because this is telling you how this algorithm on LinkedIn is behaving. And this guy is number one. So let's go see what this guy is saying. You do your research by looking at this person's resume. I'm not telling you to lie, but I am telling you to steal. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to this person's resume and you're going to look at the wording that they use. What wording did this person use? You're going to steal the wording that they use. Don't lie. You're not lying, okay? What you're doing is you're wording the stuff that you have done with the language that is being used on this particular platform. Now, each platform is a little bit different. You go to dice.com, it's going to be slightly different from LinkedIn. You go to monster.com, it's going to be different from this one. One of the things I also do on the course is I go through many of the ones that I use that have worked for me. I have not gone without. That's what I do. But right now, without you paying anything, I'm telling you right now, this is how you do it. Research. Number one step. Do your research. There's some other stuff that I go into on the course. You want to get to the guts of this thing, do your research. What is research? You're looking for the language of whatever field you're getting into. Cybersecurity is huge. Like if you say, I want to be in cybersecurity, what does that even mean? Think about it. Cybersecurity is like 20 different fields. All right. It's risk management framework. It's network security. It's cryptography. It's forensics. There's so many different fields. You got to be specific. Now, that said, let's say you chose forensics, right? You got to realize that once you do your research, you'll realize, okay, well, forensics, the average person in forensics has a bachelor's degree, has a master's degree. The average person in forensics has a master's degree. I don't know if that's the case. I'm speculating. I've not been in forensics. But your research is going to allow you to know what the field is like and what you need for that field. Some fields require no less than a master's degree. Some fields don't require a degree at all. All right. They require certification. Some fields are like super heavy on certifications. Listen, you can hate the game all you want, but I'm just telling you how it works. So number one, do your research. What is the field you're trying to go into? What do they need? All right. What kind of keywords do they use? That's easy to find out. You just go to LinkedIn and you see what people are using in their resumes. You look at employers and look what they're looking for. What are they typing in when they say they want a risk management framework person? How many years on average are they looking for? You'll find it's around 2 to 3 years. Now, if they want 2 to 3 years of experience and you don't have that in risk management, you might want to look into your own organization and see if you can get in. You might even already have risk management framework experience. And that's one of the things I tell you how to put on. How do you put that on your resume? How do you even know if you've done it? I'll give you one example. MJ right here says he's been doing help desk for 10 years. And I asked him, like, okay, have you ever assisted with a policy before? What kind of policy was it? Was it Sarbanes-Oxley? Was it a DSS PCI? Was it a risk management framework policy? If you've helped to create a risk management framework, I know that sometimes our field, like me as a risk management framework person, as an ISO, I reached out to firewall guys and said, hey, I'm not a firewall person. I'm trying to write this policy or procedure about firewalls. Could you add some stuff in here? And then they will give me what they have. They give it to me, and then I put it in a different language or whatever. I translate it to where managers can read it. Boom, it's a policy or it's a procedure or whatever. If this firewall guy's helped me by giving me the data, guess what? He has participated in a risk management framework. You can put that on your resume and you're not lying. So that's why I asked him, have you ever written a procedure? Have you ever written a policy? That's half of our job, writing policies, reading through policies, correcting, updating policies. A lot of our job in risk management framework is doing that very thing. So if you've ever written a policy, if you've written a wiki, if you've written any of these things, especially if you've done it so that your organization can be compliant with FISMA, can be compliant with state and local regulations, you have participated in security compliance. You have to put it on your resume, though. If you don't put it on your resume, no one's going to know that you ever did those things. I'm blown away when people tell me that they have been in Washington, D.C., Virginia, and Maryland and are not leveling up. It blows my freaking mind because that means your resume is jacked up. It's got to be. I don't know what else could be. I really don't, because it's not racism. I can tell you that much, because they're hiring me in another state. How many companies that I've worked for that were from Maryland? Quite a few. I live in Colorado, so just telling you.